Joan Crawford was nominated for the Academy Award for this film against her arch rival. Who was it? We'll find out when we take a deep dive into the film Sudden Fear. Sudden Fear, a little background, is a 1952 American film noir thriller directed by David Miller and starring Joan Crawford. I love Joan Crawford. And Jack Palance. It tells the story of a prosperous woman who marries a homicidal man. The script was written by Lenore J. Coffey and Robert Smith and was based on Edna Sherry's novel of the same name. I want to go out and get these novels. Spoiler alert. Myra Hudson Crawford is a well-known Broadway playwright who rejects Lester Blaine Palance for the main role in her new play. His acting was not very good. She later meets Lester on a train to San Francisco, gets swept off her feet, and marries him after a brief relationship. You sort of think this might be, you can kind of see this one coming. Lester is completely ignorant that Myra is altering her will to guarantee he inherits everything, so he would have gotten everything. She begins dictating these changes into her own dictating machine, but is stopped when the evening's visitors arrive. Lester and his longtime partner, Irene Neves, who is played by Gloria Grahame, are in Myra's studio when she forgets to switch off the machine. And they discover the original will, which dictates that the majority of her money be donated to a foundation. Aww. Irene advises Myra's murder. Thanks a lot. And their ensuing scheming is recorded, much to the couple's surprise. Kind of like when Alexa's always listening. Myra learns of their preparations and devises her own plot to assassinate Lester and pin the blame on Irene. I think this is just so crazy, but you've got to love it. But the intricate timing, so she has an alibi, begins to unravel. Lester learns of Myra's plans, and following a series of life or death changes in everyone's deadly intent, ends up chasing her through the streets of San Francisco in his car. Myra is able to dodge him on foot, and Lester finally confuses Irene for Myra. They are dressed alike. I mean, hey, he likes the same type of woman. And he takes aim at the woman with the automobile. Myra notices this and at the last moment and screams to stop him, but it's too late. I think that was kind of big of her. Lester dies in the collision along with Irene. Myra exhales a sigh of relief as she goes off into the night and she is safe and sound. So I love this film. Let's talk about what the critics thought. When the picture was first released, A.H. Wheeler, a film reviewer from the New York Times, gave it a positive review saying, quote, Joan Crawford should be recognized with a highly professional performance in Sudden Fear. The entire production has been staged in good taste, and it should be noted that the Bunker Hill region of San Francisco and Los Angeles, where most of the action takes place, is an excitingly picturesque location. The filmmaker David Miller has made most of the city's steep streets and panoramic views, and he succeeded in projecting a realistically doom-filled mood in his final moments in a darkened apartment in a pursuit through its steep, dark lanes and backyards, unquote. The New York Herald Tribune's Otis L. Gersney Jr. also gave it a nice review. Quote, the scenario, he wrote, is designed to allow Miss Crawford a wide range of quivering reactions to vicious events as she passes through the stages of a starry-eyed love, terrible disillusionment, fear, hatred, and finally hysteria. She's the lady for the job with her big eyes and commanding demeanor. Sudden Fear fits into and defies numerous genres. Its convention scrambling partially the result of the fact that the picture looks both forward and back. Observed Village Voice critic Melissa Anderson in 2016. Quote, David Miller masterfully directs the horrific psychological gargoyle thriller, yet the tension is undermined by story gimmicks that don't hold up to further investigation, unquote, said Dennis Schwartz, who loved the picture but questioned the several of the plot issues. Joan Crawford has a chance to act out her frenzy after her idyllic marriage is revealed to be a hoax, and she does a fantastic job of remaining cool despite the fact that her husband and girlfriend are plotting to murder her. Charles B. Lang Jr.'s astonishingly glossy black and white photography is the film's magnificent finale. Crawford got her third and last Academy nomination for this picture, the only time she fought for Best Actress against arch rival Bette Davis, who was nominated for the 10th time. Shirley Booth won the award for Come Back Little Sheba. As always, we want to thank you for tuning in.